All right. GM, everyone. GM, how are we doing this morning? We got a morning, sir. Got a pretty good show today. Insight will be joining us. He was supposed to be here at 11, but he said he's running about 10 minutes late. So we will have him live, not only in the spaces, but Insight will be with us on stream as well. If you're trying to find that stream, I will pin the X stream up to the top. But also we are live on Abstract. If you've never been over to Abstract, hey, now's a good time for you to go check it out. So either way, you can watch us anywhere or just listen in via the spaces. So anyone that's wanting to come on stage and all that stuff, will get you up here towards the end of the chat with Insight. I know he's bouncing around. He also has another space at, I think, 12 o'clock Eastern. So we're going to get a little bit of time with him to be able to go over all the activations and things that Chimpers has going on. But in the meantime, if you're new to Reality Check and you have not been here, check out the pinned tweets at the top. We also have a Reality Check leaderboard that will be coming soon with season 2 of Blinko, but you can get a jump start on that now. Use the link in the first pin post. We are giving away that bearish NFT, Pudgy Penguins mystery box, some World's Eve Maze of Gains keys, fucking Nibbles NFT. We're going to be adding more NFTs to that.
A Ryui.
There we go. Forgot about that one. So still going to be adding more and more. We're just waiting for season 2 of Blinko to kick off. And then we're going to give away that first wave of prizes. So make sure if you are on Abstract and you are earning honey through Blinko, that you're doing it with the Reality Check code. And you can also just scan the QR code live on the stream, and that will take you there as well. So other than that, it's been a busy fucking morning. I had a live stream with Diem, the founder, CJ, first thing this morning. That was the first thing. Then I was just in and out of calls. And then also on top of that,
it seemed like it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Diem had a whole privacy narrative as well. I thought it was just all about quantum resilience and all of that. Hearing about the privacy stuff was interesting now.
Yeah, it's I would say it's the most slept on privacy coin in the space. Even Kenny Powers doesn't talk about it because most people only follow the big names. They follow the Z caches. And, you know, I think that there are other options out there like Diem that will prove a lot of people wrong. So, yeah. And I didn't even realize it, but CJ, the founder, told me during the stream that like a few weeks ago, China actually announced that they are going to be distributing a consumer quantum computer. Like you're going to be able to buy, I don't know what the price is of this fucking thing, but he's like, bro, this whole narrative is changing way faster and it's getting here. It's not a narrative. It's real-time shit. And he said the power of these computers are going to be insane. And how you get your hands on one, I don't know. But he said you will be able to have a quantum computer in your fucking house if you got enough money. So can you imagine playing fucking GTA 6 or fucking Call of Duty with a quantum computer? Like you're sniping motherfuckers before they even get on the screen. Like that's how quick it's happening, Kenny. I'll play you in Call of Duty, Kenny, when I get a quantum computer. That's what's going to happen. And then I'm a fucking quantum teabag your ass.
If that's what you need to actually beat me, go ahead, bro.
Whatever. Your old hands can't move fast enough to handle what I can bring. That's what that is about, sir. But anyways.
It's so funny that Jesus thinks that a quantum computer is going to make his aim bot better.
Hey, my aim bot's going to be on fucking point. Don't get it twisted. Man, I bet you some badass aim bots are being fucking made with Claude now, right? Like, don't you think these things are getting a little bit more undetectable? And yeah. I remember watching a guy playing PUBG, Kenny. This dude had like 65 kills in one game. This dude was hitting motherfuckers all the way on the other side of the map. Like, I don't understand it. It was crazy. Like, I'm in a house, running through the house, collecting shit right at the drop, and all of a sudden, I get killed with a guy with a 9mm who's all the way on the other side of the map. Like, it was wild, man. The amount of cheating and bullshit that people that people do to make it work. But anyways, like I said, make sure you get your ass signed up on the reality check. Bearish Blinko referral code. Don't miss out on that. I want to kind of get to a few other things before Insight jumps in here. What the fuck else was there? We have that. We talked about the Abs TV. Now, Insight's only going to be here for a little bit, so we're going to cover market news and some of those other updates after he's gone. Tomorrow, we will have Simple Farmer back on. The Pup Cup NFTs are going to be revealing, and so we're going to be talking with him and hopefully trying to get this abstract bridge opened up to where clutch markets can come to abstract. So working with Raj and trying to get that shaken as well. There was so much shit that I didn't bookmark because I didn't know how long we were going to be going with Insight. But there was a lot of other stuff that I had seen on the timeline, and now I just have a blank. Kenny, was there some things that you have noticed that you wanted to chat about before Insight jumps in?
I mean, just the market in general, having a rough morning, but
eating shit. Yeah, we'll go through a full market report after Insight. Yeah. I know OpenSea is fucking lagging bigger than shit.
Yeah, dude. I got fucking socially engineered into weething one of my MPCs thinking there was arbitrage between the high weeth offer and the floor earlier.
Yeah, that
turns out they're just bugged listings, dude. What the fuck, OpenSea? You know, I got better things to do than to fucking be sitting there clicking on 75 listings to try to figure out where the first real listing is. Can we, anyway, I don't want to go too crazy. I had to issue a retractment and apology to OpenSea just the other day. But yeah. I don't know. I was a little frustrated.
Yeah. So NPC, Kenny, they're showing a 0.003 ETH floor price, but you can't buy these. None of these are available. I think the actual floor price itself is in the 0.099, but I'm seeing fucking sweeps happening right now, bro, all the way up into the 0.01. Is what I'm seeing. I like this collection is being swept up. Like, unless this is wrong, can somebody go verify this?
No, it is. Yeah, the floor is like 0.01 roughly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Luckily, I only weeked one. I still have two more. So I'm as frustrated as that made me. It's also like, at least I'm riding free.
But there's 101 selling for $600. So, you know, that typically is bullish, right? Because like if the rares are going for a premium, the floor ends up catching up at some point.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, for right now, I'm happy. But if these run to like 0.1, I'm going to completely crash out on OpenSea again. That's what I'm going to do.
That's funny. Yeah, but man, that holder distribution is pretty wild. A lot of people with over 100 of these things. And a lot of people with 50 or more. Like there's some people got some big bags. They have some big plans of making some big money. So yeah, another one that's doing that as well is the zero. Have you seen these? The V0 punks? Have you seen those, Kenny?
Yeah.
No,
not Nakamigos. They take Nakamigos. They took Nakamigos and gave them like Meebits. Hold on, let me look them up because the description says it. Like they used something with the actual punks, Nakamigos, and why am I not finding V0 punks? They took it and combined like everything. And now these things, they're having the same problem as NPCs are having with their floor price not doing the thing. So did you notice I think they took away the 7-day and all that shit on collections? Did you notice that? I seen a post about that, but I never.
I'm actually at work again for the first time in 2 weeks, so I didn't have time to notice that. But if they did, that's infuriating because it was the only way to actually see all the collections.
It's there when you go to the actual collection.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm I'm trying to see. I'm trying to find these. Fucking the search, man, is just like such a pain in the fucking ass for X. Not for X, but for fucking. Let me look up V0.
Well, also for X, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Why is that not V0 Punks? I think this is it right here. Yeah, V0 Punks. The Punks drawn as Nakamigos, then dressed in Meebits, 10,000 tributes, 101 source mapping. And the floor price on these right now is showing 0.0033 ETH, but they're actually higher than that. Is what I'm seeing, but I don't know. Like 40 minutes ago, somebody bought a bunch at 0.0033 ETH. So, I mean, like, are these the next runner? I don't know. It's a big risk. I mean, this is like the fourth iteration of these fucking things. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So not really sure what to think there. But anyways, all right, Insight's fucking here. Let's get this man on stage. Insight, I know you can hear me. I'll bring you up on stage, talk through spaces, mute on the and then mute on the stream itself, and then we're gonna be good. Let me get you there. Insight, you got me? Oh no, hold on. We got to get him to accept on fucking spaces. Hold on, let's get him up. He's here. I can see his face. He's live on stream with me. For anyone that wants to jump in and watch the live stream, the very last pinned tweet is no, it's not. Where in the fuck is the live stream at? I thought I pinned it up to the top. Kenny, do you see it up there? Maybe I didn't pin it.
Do not.
All right. Well, I'll fucking do it again. All right. So the live stream is pinned up at the
Actually,
top.
it is. Okay. It's a second back. Yep.
Okay. Well, I repinned it again. And then we are also live on YouTube and we are live on Abstract. So jump in anywhere you want. We enjoy you having just access anywhere that is possible. Insight, GM bro, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. We got you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
cool.
Fuck. We got an echo, though.
Oh, gosh.
Why do we have a fucking echo? What are you listening to on? You're on speaker on your phone, right?
On your Yeah, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Echo gone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally holding my phone up because I totally forgot that we have to mute the stream and not the other way around on the phone. So
yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah. All good, bro. All good. What's happening, man? Chimpers has been fucking cooking nonstop.
Yeah, just been very busy the past few months. A lot going on, a lot that we've, been grinding away with. But yeah, look, there's, a bunch of different things. Right now we do have our online shop live. I know you was on the Collector Hub just there on stream, which is a new sort of hub for the holders. But yeah, sort of just the main focus for us the past few months has been really aligning the ecosystem and at the same time continually growing the brand and having a lot of new features launch for the community.
Yeah, it's I remember when you guys launched a Chimpster on TokenWorks. That was a really big push. We had a tournament on Zeet. Chimpers were chimping all over my timeline. It was already bad enough you guys had taken over Instagram and TikTok, and how many Giphy views are you guys up to now? Are y'all above Bearish? Bearish is at like 11 billion, I think.
Yeah, we're definitely not competing with Bearish yet.
Come on.
They're crushing it.
He's laughing about it.
No, they're crushing it, Bearish. Spoke with those guys a while back to try and get a leaf out of their book to understand Giphy, because every platform has its own strategy and they've been crushing it. So yeah, we've been using a lot of like AI tooling for GIFs in general, because that's like a very sort of short snippet. It's not as deep as content on other social media platforms. So yeah, we've really been like bolstering that up. And I think we recently hit 1 billion, which was like a big goal for us, but it's quite a small one compared to some of the brands that are crushing it right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of that with Giphy is just being able to, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap to have quality gifts made, to stay on brand with everyone. You guys have such a large ecosystem of characters as well. And when you guys gave the users the opportunity to have their like chibi style chimp now, it opens the door for a broader participation from the community as well with creating content. So
by the way, I love these the little chibi style chimps.
I know, right?
They're awesome.
I gotta get my fucking all my Chimpers shit over here.
You guys saw that? I come off mute for 0.5 seconds and Jesus is on the other side of the room away from his mic. You guys saw that, right?
No, hey, well, you're watching on stream too. No, I had to get my fucking Master Chimpo over here.
No, I'm not watching on stream. I can just hear you talking from across the room.
Yeah, no. I just had to roll away. I know when I go to like the solo crop out mode, you can't see I have tons of Chimpers cards and all kinds of shit over here on the other side. So the IP is it's attractable to like many, I think, in and out of Web3, because like how often are you guys getting like messages, or do you get a lot of interaction with normal people like on TikTok and Instagram? Like how's that received?
Yeah, definitely. We do all the time, and I shared a post yesterday of like, our shop just went live, so that was a big sort of feature for us, because so far like we've been very lenient on physical drops, you could say, like in terms of we don't have our own online shop, but we have had the card app, the sort of exclusive pre-orders here and there. But the online shop is like a way for us to start to build that greater level of interaction with the brand, because physicals like allow everyone to like bring it into their own homes, and ultimately that's like the step down the funnel that you want to go down, from just a content viewer. But yeah, I shared a post yesterday, and our marketing and posts on socials have just been really well received in terms of everyone who has interacted with Chimpers content and Chimpy the mascot. They're sending messages that they love the products, and they're just great positive feedback really. And we get DMs all the time of people who have like truly embraced Chimpy as like a character that they really resonate with like on a daily basis, and is actually something that gives them a lot of like comfort, or at least just a character that they really have been drawn to. So that's like the ultimate signal for us. And especially when people on Instagram, TikTok, wherever it may be, they're actually clipping our content, or taking some of the art and using it as a profile picture for socials to sort of like demonstrate like how much they love the brand, and without any like financial incentives at all. It's purely just from the love of the content, and just like being immersed in Chimpers over the past 3 years on those platforms. So it's definitely a whole other level of fandom really, and one that is something that you have to really strategize on and just nurture over time, because it's a really difficult one to achieve. Taking someone that has no idea about the brand and comes across your content, getting them and converting them into somebody who really follows you on a daily basis, to purchasing your products, and just having a strong connection is something that's not easy. So this is a way for us to really start to double down on that. And it's really cool to see, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. And like I actually I started when I did this whole rebrand, and now the Bears stuff, and I started uploading a lot of the gifts I make to Tenor, and I'll get like random emails, and it's like one of the gifts that I have on there has like 40 uses. And I was like, well, that's cool, because I know I haven't used that gift 40 times. So someone else has used it, where I don't fucking know. So like it's it's pretty cool. I couldn't imagine seeing that happen on millions, tens of millions of uses for an IP, that started from just, you and your brother creating this brand. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one because at the same time, the metrics on like the social media is like incredible, but what's more fulfilling is like what I said just a second ago, like when people take that step a bit further down from going past the content, because anybody can scroll the timeline and doom scroll and they'll see a funny piece of content and that's as far as it goes. But yeah, for us it's like going that step further, and we have a Discord of social media fans purely, and there's like 500 people, and they're excited to get monthly wallpapers. They participating in giveaways, showing off their collections, and just being really excited and excitable about the future of like collecting Chimpers products. So those are the sorts of things that are even more fulfilling and much greater signals really for us that it's resonating beyond just doom scrolling, and it's a more deeper connection down that funnel. So yeah, I mean, and for us there's been plenty of ways that we've been strategizing on like deepening those connections, and I think the collaborations that we have been doing has really cemented Chimpers from just being a brand that is scrollable to one that is being embraced and recognized as one that sits around other lifestyle character brands and character brands that are well renowned, like Domo, the plushie behind me, Fugglers, one of the biggest plush toy brands who we did our collab with, and Molang, who we did a collab with as well. And these are like character brands that have had huge growth and a decade in many cases of like grassroots compounding fandom being built from physical products, content, and they've gone on to do amazing great things, whether that's like Netflix shows or just in Fugler's case being in every single retail store around the world, and quite literally taking over the pop culture space. It's a real phenomenon with Fugglers, to be honest.
They're fucking ugly, man.
Yeah, they are, but there's something special.
I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even let my daughter I refuse to buy those things because like they kind of terrify me. And I like, so, she would make TikToks all sad every time we'd walk by them at Walmart or Target. And she would just stand there next to it with her phone up in the air. And she'd be like, my dad wouldn't get me one, like trip 5. And and I didn't even try and go for one with the Chimpers because then it would have like basically negated everything I said about her not getting them in the first place. So,
it's crazy. Like they have obviously exploded, and it's been like a culmination of like many years. But they're cemented in this character space with a real fanatic fandom. Thousands of fans. Absolutely desperate to get their hands on every single physical release that they put out there. So for us, our strategy has been like, how do we like assimilate the Chimpers brand with other character brands that are already dominating that space? So whether it was like our collab with Molang, Line Friends that we did in the early days, Kung Fu Tea Boba, and then most recently Fugglers, that has really helped us go from, as I said, like a scrollable brand to one that people are now starting to recognize as, sort of similar in the sense that we're rubbing shoulders with them, and Chimpers is being discovered by those fans, and they're embracing Chimpers. So like being discovered by these fan groups as well, which are already some of the strongest, has been our strategy. And obviously the Fugglers was like a huge one because it enabled us to get a huge amount of attention, and especially with the Fuggler plushie that we did with them, there was only 2 made, so it was like a very exclusive giveaway actually to someone from Web3 and then someone on the social media side.
Yeah.
But those posts went incredibly viral, and they're still going viral to this day, where you mentioned the people message us, and we get messages all the time in DMs about that specific chimpy fuggler. And it's we've now got a shop page with a few thousand followers who came from that as well. So it's just all about putting Chimpers into that space step by step, like being associated with the right kind of brands, being discovered by those fan groups. And that's what's really helped us really cement a more stronger connection. But like I said, it's a real long process, very like step by step. And it's a interesting thing because the algorithm and the content and the virality that we've had has helped us get those collaborations under our belt, and opened those doors up. And now it's like continually building that connection with the fans, really.
Yeah, we were talking to it was Clanosaurus, and I think it was it Brett? I can't remember his name from the team. And he was telling us that like brands are looking for like brands like Fugglers and any other brand like that. They're looking for other new IP that has a massive social growth, because people already know the brand. They already see it. The toy maker or the Netflix may not know the brand exactly, but someone has had some type of interaction with them. And I think it validates this whole thing of that I think Pudgy Penguin started with, getting gifts, getting the culture out there of the brand. And now it's opening doors for you guys as well, that you've done that. And I think it's, it's helped with floor price. It's helped with sentiment, community, interaction, engagement, things like that. Another thing that happened, Adam Weitzman gets one of the last diamond fleeces, reveals it like a true DJ. And he's like, nah, I figured he was going to hang on to it for a minute, but he's like, nah, fuck that. And then he reveals Shogun, a pretty dope one. And I remember years and years ago, I asked you about the last 2 diamond fleeces, and you were like, yeah, nobody's going to sell those to you. So I settled for the what I call stripper glitter. And but now, is it Mintify that owns the last one? Who owns the last one?
Yeah, so it's a really interesting story. Like you said, obviously for anyone who's not familiar, the Diamond Fleece is the artifact that allowed people who was on that storytelling journey with us, the Boring Ape Chronicles, to burn that Diamond Fleece in exchange for one-of-one Genesis Chimpers. And those are the 100 one-of-ones that started the world. They're the heroes, the villains, and predicated the main collection. And all of the full set holders of the Chronicles who received the fleece basically burned for the Genesis Chimpers in the first few months. And then there was a handful that, people eventually caved in, but there was 2 that remained. And one of them was from a wallet that had been inactive for like 3 years. They'd gone completely off the grid. And somehow Adam had been able to connect to them by whatever wonder it may have been, because so many people tried. And they worked out a deal. And he, again, like his nature, I think everyone in the space knows, like, he is the guy who's pushing NFTs forward, and he wants to do the things that encourage participation, connection, real experiences. And he wanted to give that sort of feeling and sentiment back to the community by burning it. Like, he doesn't care about the provenance of it. He wanted to put on an experience, and we were obviously really grateful for that. And we had a really cool sort of experience
stream with it and everything. Y'all streamed it and all. He was in his office, and it's really cool. Now, who owns the last one?
So that would be Manifold.
Manifold, okay. Because I seen a post today saying Mintify was closing shop, and I'm like, well, hold on. If they own the last Diamond Fleece, what the fuck's happening to that? But yeah, Manifold. So
yeah, so Manifold, they obviously that's like, the team who have really pioneered like a lot of the mint mechanics in the space, like smart contracts. They helped us set up Chimpers, and of course Richard, who has actually come back after like a hiatus. I think had a breakaway, but he's back. And yeah, they reached out to us recently because they own that diamond fleece, and we of course thought that it would be, in their hands forever, but they do want to do something with it, and it's not for their sort of own benefit. They're not going to be burning it. They want to put on an experience. So there's a bit of alpha there. That something really cool with that diamond fleece is going to take place.
Nice. I wonder, it would be dope as if they did it and did like an auction. Like if they revealed it, they did like an auction, and then like, I mean, the proceeds maybe went to, I don't know, something good. But that would be pretty dope to see that. And I would imagine Adam Weitzman would probably be the winner of the bid, but who knows? Maybe somebody else with bigger bags than him comes in. I don't know who would, but there are some pretty some loyal Chimpers holders that would probably try and catch a bid on it. So you can't give us any sneaks of like what is actually going to be happening, or do you not know?
Yeah, nothing in particular just yet, but yeah, we're discussing something with them that should be really fun for like not just our community, but like encourage everyone to get involved with it. So yeah, we can stay tuned for that.
Nice. All right. So I know you have another space in like 20 minutes. So you have a lot of things that you got to go do. But you guys recently launched a new version of like the dojo, right? You want to kind of walk through this?
Yeah, definitely. So the Dojo Club is like our collector hub. And like over the past few years, we've obviously had a lot of different collections, launches, and like assets sort of spread across chains. So we wanted to like compile and bring all of that together and build this experience for the collectors where, they can discover everything in one place, but also, they can grow their collector score by holding different, assets, collectibles, whether that's Chimpers NFTs, the artworks, the collectible cards, even plushies, the blind boxes. So really building this like holistic overview of the whole ecosystem. And that recently launched. We've been working on it for several months, and it's a really fun way to like rediscover like all of the fun things in the ecosystem, but at the same time, encourage people who aren't even in the Chimpers world, and maybe they don't own an NFT, but they own like a card or like an artwork, like they can still get involved and earn Chimpins, our version of badges. So there's like over 100 of those which recognize like collecting, participation, even like recognition for certain things as well. And all of that is important because this dojo treasury that we've been building as a result of the Chimpster fees, our royalties, because we migrated to a new contract. We've grown this dojo treasury to over 140 NFTs, like 50 million Chimpster. And that's like the community treasury where we'll be doing reward seasons within the collector hub. So it really is a case of collecting matters again because you're earning points, and all of these points to your collector score sort of work towards raffle tickets. So, if you're a real diehard collector, you're obviously going to have a greater chance in these raffles. But at the same time, if you're somebody new and, don't own a Chimpers NFT, you can still get involved, and, there's a slight chance that you can potentially win something too. So, again, it's, NFTs are ultimately what bring the fun. I think everyone has, come to that realization despite like many sort of changes in directions over time that, collecting matters and rarity matters. Having fun in the ecosystem is what we wanted to, bring back essentially. So it's sort of just the start, but it's been real fun to see everyone get involved and sort of get connected on there. And it's also just a one-stop shop for news and sort of showing off the community and spotlighting them, and just a whole sort of discovery.
It's really well done. I mean, the entire site. I really like it. I like the news. The news. I totally forgot about Adam doing the 101 just right off the top of my head, and then I seen the Final Diamond Fleece down here in the news section, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, they actually did that. All right, so another big thing. It was kind of like two birds with one stone. You guys revealed the other version of the Chimpers artwork, but then you did something that you guys hadn't had before, which was enforced royalties. And as a small team, like, how important is that for you guys to have the royalties on?
Yeah, I mean, like, ultimately our ambition and like vision is to grow the brand out, and it's why we've, taken strides to, grow these channels and, build different touch points, whether that's physicals, collectibles, and collabs, to, start to build that licensing footprint as well, which will take time. But, having that, foundation in place is really important. But at the same time, there's just so much left off the table here in Web3 where, having even just like a small amount of royalties, I think it is important, because ultimately it's like how the teams use them. It is really what matters. And for us, like, sort of outlining that we have this dojo treasury, and the royalties from those secondary trades do fuel that dojo treasury. I think it is just encouraging to the community, knowing that there's real alignment there, and even if it's just small amounts, the intent is essentially what matters. And it's definitely helped a lot, because we've been able to, like I said, grow that dojo treasury. Was even able to buy a Genesis 1 of 1, which is in that prize pool for the quarterly reward seasons. So yeah, we was very hesitant, like, at first, because there's the provenance and the implications of dead wallets and people not migrating. But we've had over 3,700 migrate in the past couple of months since January. So a really good amount. And every single week, more and more people who have potentially been out of the loop or out of touch with the space realize that they need to migrate. And yeah, it's just been overwhelmingly positive, really. It's not really affected things too much. And again, like, these big changes on the back end allowed us, like you said, like, double down on making sure that we take the opportunity to just refresh the ecosystem, align the collections, so migrate into the royalty enforced contracts. We then decided that we would revamp the whole collection with the kawaii art style, so that the community feels strongly attached to the Web2 growth and that they're a part of that world. And yeah, sort of, then go into the Dojo Club, start to, take control of rarity, which for a while had been, a little outdated. So we was allowed to build a source of truth, and yeah, just sort of get all of these puzzle pieces into the right places, where now it's sort of, everything's really connected. There's nothing that, previously we felt that was sort of holding us back, we've now addressed. So yeah, just sort of went all in on taking that opportunity to get a few of the things right, which we had probably been frozen a little bit for a while, just because of the fear of what people might think, or is it what the community would like to see. But when we definitely got that strong reception with the migration, we just decided to double down.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's a very smart move. I think teams should have royalties. Should they be crazy where it's 10-12%? No, obviously not. Because otherwise then you put your community at risk for doing OTC trades and something going wrong.
You also stifle volume, right? If people feel like they can't make the spread from the royalties, then you get less volume and ultimately less overall royalties, right? So there's a balance.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. Now the big thing that we have now that you guys are that you just recently shared is the online shop and some pretty cool shit over here. And I do like the mystery tea box. I don't know what I'm gonna get something here. I've already got, like, you can see right here on my mic. Like, there's Master Chimpo right here on my mic. My daughter has it on she has it somewhere. I think it's on the back of one of her phone or her iPad. So I have some Chimper stickers, but still all these are new. These are cool. So do you want to kind of give us some insight here to like the shop itself? Like, what was your thinking behind this?
Yeah, definitely. So again, like another thing that we wanted to address was like having a home hub for people, you know, from the Web2 world to like come and explore. And obviously the shop is a great way to do that. And yeah, this first drop has, you know, gone out to, you know, the Web3 world, but also social media fans, and giving them an opportunity, like I said at the start, to bring something into their world physically. And yeah, there's, you know, pre-order live for the mystery boxes. So I think on that there's 5 t-shirts. So they all, you know, it's a mystery t-shirt box, so you can get one of 5, and they range from different rarities to common to grail, with each, you know, t-shirt being a different design. And in that box, there's a special enamel pin, but also a postcard that's NFC chipped, that when you scan it and redeem it, you get an NFT, a Chimpers artwork, which also unlocks a Chimpin badge in our Dojo collector hub. So really sort of, you know, exemplifying like how that, you know, collector experience can work from like physical to digital to the collector hub. And, you know, a special sort of exclusive thing for, you know, perhaps more so for the people on the Web3 side, but something interesting for people on the Web2 side to explore as well. And yeah, that's live until Sunday. So there's only a limited time to get those, but then there's also like a bunch of accessories, you know, limited supply that are live until, you know, they sell out essentially. And that's you know, ranging from, you got it on stream there, but like enamel pins and sticker packs, mugs. And we wanted to combine like the aesthetic of what the Web2 audience would enjoy, and also think about the Web3 angle as well, which, you know, for us was like GM culture. Like every person should like start their day with like Chimpers, and, you know, you get the Chimpers mug and that whole sort of coffee aesthetic as well. So yeah, it's a fun first drop to get out the gate, and more so a way for us to like experiment and, you know, as I said at the start, like begin that journey of deepening connections, like getting the followers to go down that funnel and get them signed up to our sort of, you know, newsletters. And there's a free wallpaper that people can download to capture that. And yeah, sort of begin that, you know, direct sort of connection with the followers. So yeah, it's a great one. And we do have a giveaway that's live as well until Saturday, which we went live with yesterday. So if you haven't already, do check that one out, because the one person will be walking away with the whole set, like the whole product list.
Oh shit.
So it's a pretty big one. So yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, you know, I think perhaps the most interesting part, especially for Web3, is the mystery T-shirt box, just because of that digital component and how it's going to tie into the collector hub. So yeah.
Now, is this the pin that you're talking about that comes in the box, the mystery box, or is this a different one?
No, so that's just the regular one. The one in the box is it's a different, like, limited edition version of the Chimpers logo.
Okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
it's fun for us to, yeah, like as you say, like we've always had these exclusive drops, and for us, like being such a collectible ecosystem. Like it's also a big part of like these drops as well. So there's like little Easter eggs, you know, included.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had some of my other boxes that I had from the past, but for anyone that's never gotten anything from Chimpers, I'm going to tell you now, the quality is top notch. The box, just like my boxes behind me, I have Pudgy boxes and Quirky's boxes, and the quality of just the box itself is an art piece that you want to hang on to. Then on top of that, the quality of the clothing. Now, I'm going to tell you, I ordered the size shirt that I ordered. I don't know if it's the same company or not, but I have been, stacking on some weight in the past, and I'm down now. But that shirt, I haven't tried it on in forever. But when I got it, I was like, damn, this is like a Gap size for me. But the quality of the shirt, man, was just outstanding. And so, anybody that orders, I would not expect anything but top-notch quality stuff, because everything that I got was really, really nice.
Yeah, I think for us, it's like we never skip any corners on that side. Like we really think about like all angles of the experience, like from the product itself to like the unboxing to what may come next with the digital component as well, and try and pull out all the stops for that. But I think the reason why it's great is because now like we have a direct way to connect it to the collector hub. So like these mystery boxes will allow us to pick out like who participated, and they'll be able to flex that on the collector hub with the chimpins to sort of show like that proof of participation. And we even had someone do that with the Chimpers vinyl figurine, like that came out like 3 years ago. Like we had a digital tie in there, and they pulled that box out last week, scanned it, got a chimpin on the Dojo collector hub, and they're earning points to their collector score as a result. So it's like a
Is there anything
really
on
cool.
this or no? No, there's nothing on the Master Chimpa, right?
Unfortunately not, because that's the one that was a bit of a pain, because U2 is like a very Web 2 sort of driven company, and we was like really pushing for the digital component to it, but they just wanted to have it purely physical. So that's the unfortunate one. But with the blind box plush keychains, we did it with the vinyl figurine, and then of course with this one. And I think what makes all brands like in Web3 like more attractive and enticing is knowing that they're growing beyond the bubble to like build real fandom. And I think these will go down like over time as more and more collector pieces and items that will eventually be sought after, as that sort of brand affinity continues to compound. And like we've seen it with the blueprint of like Fugglers and what they've been able to achieve, and the sort of collector fanatics who are now going back years to try and collect some of the biggest and earliest. So I think that's for us like why it's just a great way for us to like get these launched and start that journey through that sort of physical touch point. So it's really fun, and seeing the Web 2 followers as well, who have been more immersed and more engaged, like just be so excited to start that journey, knowing that there's more coming. And this is just the direct to consumer sort of funnel. Like for us, we're also in the process of signing with a new agency on the licensing side that will be sort of handling the whole expansion on the sort of physical arm for Chimpers on the licensing side. So that's going to be like a huge one for us. But there's just a pipeline of like epic products that we have coming up that we know that of course Web3 folks will be interested in, but for the Web2 fans, just allow them to get even more deeply connected with what we're doing. So it's great to tie it all together.
I need a hoodie. I need a beanie. Like, when are we getting these things on the shop? Like, we need that.
I think this is the fun part of it as well. It's like allows us to experiment and like understand like what people want to see.
Yeah.
So it's all possible. So yeah, I'd say that they probably will come around in winter, but definitely something that is going to be happening for sure.
So the mystery tee box is only available till Sunday, or all things on the shop are available till Sunday?
So the mystery t-shirt box is the pre-order, and that's only open till Sunday, and then it ends, and nothing is going to be restocked. So it's like a one-time drop. The accessories there, there till supplies last, and again, like those also won't be restocked, and they are ready to ship immediately. So the mystery t-shirt box is a pre-order, and it'll be around like 5 weeks or so until delivery. So yeah, there's obviously a bit more urgency on that one, but yeah.
Are we looking for the same shipping time for everything else as well, or is it all just tied in together?
If you order the accessories within the same order cart as the mystery box, they'll all be shipped together and arrive after 5 weeks. But if you do like just go for the accessories, like that's just a standard shipping timeline of like 1 to 2 weeks, I believe, around that time. So yeah.
All right. So you have until Sunday, people. So make sure you get your order in for your mystery tee box. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. As someone who has ordered many things in the past from Chimpers, you will not be disappointed. The quality is amazing, has always been. And like I said, you do not want to throw the box away. The box is how big of a pizza box is that? Are we talking like a small or a medium? Or, in the United States, we have like extra large pizzas here. So like,
yeah, I remember when I went to. No, I actually went to when I was in New York for NFT New York. I went to one of the pizza places. I actually asked for a box, and they said they didn't do them. They only have the slices. So I was like, damn. But I know that they are big, and yeah, it's a medium size, I think. Just fit the shirt.
Hold on, European medium versus my medium might be two different things. So like, yeah, I'm thinking like this big. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I'm excited for it though.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's all on the shop as well. The mystery box. There's the size guide, so you can sort of get a sense of all the nitty gritty details as well.
Man, it would be so dope if like you and your brother signed the inside of all the boxes.
Yeah, no, that's something that we do want to do. These are being shipped out from the US, so they're not. Obviously, we're in the UK, so but yeah. I think like for limited edition collectible stuff, like that would be so sick.
Yeah, like even some of his past artwork, like done in just those done with in a print format, and then his signature on it and whatnot. So well, I know you have this other space to get to, right? At 12?
It's actually been postponed, so I do have a little bit more time.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else have we not covered? What else is going on in the Chimpers ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that is, a few of the big things at least, and definitely encourage people to get involved in the collector hub, participate in the online shop, because these are all things that, allow you to get involved in the ecosystem now. And you don't necessarily have to be the Chimpers NFT holder. Of course, that's what like ultimately garners the most recognition and points, and what everyone strives for. But yeah, that sort of barrier to entry has like opened up a little bit more. So yeah, I guess like there's a few things coming. Like we touched on, like the Diamond Fleece experience. We have a fun collectible card drop upcoming on Ape Chain. So another one of our sort of staple drops with Haritos, the soda brand, which will be a really cool one because there's going to be some sick prizes, and it's a really epic card set. And again, like it's just even more fun now knowing that collecting these assets like in the Chimpers ecosystem, like all route back to the collector hub where you can earn points and you can start to see your score level up and start to grow and progress. And, there's a sort of, greater purpose now, as opposed to just collecting for the aesthetics or supporting, there's, real desire for people to grow their sort of collection. But yeah, I think touching on that, the collectible card drop, we have a few sort of back-to-back things coming for the online shop as well, like one relating to the World Cup, and also more plushies coming as well. And
you said something about Miracle and MetaMask. What is that?
Yeah, so that's also live. So that's another that's sort of utilizing our card app, and everyone on the MetaMask mobile app, there's a rewards tab, and they've had like Claynosaurs, Pudgies, Fugs, and ourselves like have a reward that people can claim. And ours was Chimcognito, a collectible card, which is this one card pack that you get, but it also gives you access to the Dojo Collector Hub and gives you 1 point to your collector score. So there's been over like 12,000 of those claimed. We are working on a fix on the card app, so it's down right now. But that's something that's live until mid-June, I believe. So
the one on the MetaMask mobile app is live?
Yeah, correct. That's been live for a week or two now. There's been 12,000 claims of those. And it's live until mid-June.
I wonder where I found it at, because I'm in the rewards tab and I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, so it's currently down. For,
okay.
Yeah, but it's going back up. It's going back up, but
cool.
It's something that definitely everyone should get around to doing as well, because there's a plus point there for owning that collectible, and you can start to piece together your collection. So yeah, on the brand side as well, there's continually growing the content pipeline. We have collabs coming. We have a huge partnership that I mentioned, alluded to, that will really help us grow beyond the sort of current realm that we're in, with a team that sort of knows the sort of character brand world really deeply and have a huge portfolio of brands that they work with, and sort of coming on to work with Chimpers, which is really exciting, and that will be announced soon. And some really dope collectibles that we're also working on. So for us, it's just at the top level, we wanted to like align the ecosystem, like really build into the collectability of the Chimpers world again, and really align everything in the Chimpers world, but at the same time continually grow their brand outwards and making steps to really push the as a Web3 native brand,
just
like
push the whole brand.
Really, push the space forward at the same time. And those have been the two most like concrete focuses. But what I was going to say is that the next few weeks, months, as always, we're just going to be very busy and lots of stuff to look forward to, really.
Yeah, I didn't notice this. Hans is in the abstract chat, and he was talking about you. Insight, nice fan of the show. Best collectors portal in the space. And then he said, and as it to pronounce this style, was it Kiwi?
Kawaii, yeah.
Kawaii, what? Say it again.
Jesus, you have a daughter, dog. You should know.
I don't know all this shit.
Anime dork shit, dog.
My youngest daughter does not do anime. She hates anime.
Yeah, you can just say cute as well, but it is kawaii.
So I didn't realize each one of these characters had a little bit of lore in a name with them.
Yeah, so one of the things that we did at the time of like the migration and at the time of like launching that art upgrade was like taking the NFTs like from being just static JPEGs to ones that have like personality and story and more depth to them, because like Chimpers is a story driven world, and that should be like all encompassed in the metadata of the NFT as well. So what we did was, with tools of AI and with the Chronicle story, which was that sort of 6-chapter novel that we wrote after we launched Chimpers, which sort of defined like the regions, the parts of the world, the characters. We used that as a basis to, with AI, build like infrastructure to generate stories around chimps and like their traits, and build systems around the whole trait system, and defining, whether like a fox beanie goes into a certain region, or one of the divine one of one chimps go in a certain region. So really, yeah, I guess sort of overlooked a little bit, but real sort of work went into building out like this sort of, yeah, deep sort of library of storytelling for Chimpers world. And now each character has its own name, has its own unique backstory, and in some cases actually ties with other chimps and their backstories and pairs. So it's really interesting. And you'll see now on the collector hub that alongside the sort of Chimpers name and backstories, they'll have, little badges to define their region, like what kind of sort of chimp they are. So yeah, sort of takes it beyond just, static experiences, and, enhances the collecting experience, because now previously people who were surfing the Chimpers collection was potentially just looking at the pixel art. Now they're looking at, you know, their name, their backstory, the different art formats. So it's like a multi-dimensional experience now with different things to consider, and yeah, takes it beyond just that sort of average collecting experience, which is great.
Yeah, no, this is really cool. Yeah, that's what Han said. He said names are essential for collecting. You collect Pikachu, not Pokemon, is what he said. So yeah, I mean, bro, this is really cool. I did not know this. What does your NFT say on it? Is it actually named Insight?
No, so it's not. Like it's it's I need to double check mine, but
can I search the actual number? I don't see a search.
Yeah, I'm 76, so there should be a search.
Yeah, I see it there. Yeah, 76. Yeah. Let's see. There, Mitsugu. Is that right? The old fox of the plaza wasn't always so wary. As a youth in Waterfall City, Mitsugu would give their day's catch to any traveler with a sad story. Believing kindness was a currency that was always returned. Then came the merchant with eyes like river stones. Wow, there's a big ass story there. Yeah, it's really cool, man.
Yeah, some of them are great.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's not only giving you just the close up, you get the full body, and then back to the pixel in the GIF of it as well. So yeah, this is really dope, bro. Yeah, you guys did a kick-ass job on this. I know some other brands in the space that could really take notes from you guys in a collector profile. Not going to mention any names, but go ahead.
We didn't, like we haven't invented this. Like there's so many awesome collector hubs in the space that we were inspired by, to be honest. Like, Azuki's, like Claynosaurs, and I think GVC, like most recently, like definitely trailblazing on that side. And for us, like there's just so much to the Chimpers world that we was really missing out on it. And I think bringing it all together like this, like with systems built around them, it only sort of elevates the whole collector experience. So yeah, we just wanted to do the best job that we could. And yeah, it's been great to see the response so far.
Man, who holds this Genesis Chimper? Good old Teddy here.
Yeah, I haven't heard from them in a while, but Teddy is such a great chimp. One of my favorite Genesis, to be honest.
That would go really well with my PFP. Man, I need to fucking find this guy. 6CA7. Yeah. No, this is really dope, man. Yeah, y'all did great work with this. Did your brother do the artwork for these as well?
So the 5555 main chimpers, they were generated by our artists Kais and Lulu. They built out the whole collection, drew all the traits. These Genesis chimps, the Kawaii versions, were actually made back in 2024, so they've been around for a while. Like, these aren't new, and so it was always the goal for us to bring the Kawaii versions to life. It just took a lot of time to build it all out, really. So these are actually due for an upgrade. All of these are kind of outdated, but yeah, like, they'll definitely be redrawn as well to sort of match the latest versions.
Yeah. No, I mean, bro, they still look cool. You call them outdated, I'll take that Teddy in that form all day long. Yeah, just it's really cool to see these brought to life in a different art style. So yeah, I dig it, man. Kenny, you got any questions for Insight?
No, man, I'm just happy to see that obviously one of the OG communities, been around forever, never left, right? That's a big part of it. Always in full communication with the community. And the result is, how well they're doing and continue to do. I love the TCG stuff y'all leaned into. Are y'all going to do more of that, Insight? What do you think?
Yeah, so one of the partnerships that we're also working on is definitely centered around that whole world, collectible cards. So yeah, been sort of grinding away on something to get something arranged, but something that we definitely will be going further into for sure. But yeah, I can't say too much yet, but something that we're acutely keen on getting involved in.
That'll be cool because like a lot of the stuff we see, I don't know if you've talked with or experienced Dilly, but they do a lot of like, they just announced they're doing the hold-ins for gotcha. So when things get shipped, or they're doing live pack reveals, things like that, it'd be cool to kind of see some partnership there with you guys doing
that. We have spoken to them. We obviously have a few things that we're working on that fit in nicely as well. So again, like, something that might be coming sooner rather than later.
Bro, you just don't give up any alpha whatsoever. Like, we just can't even trick you into it. Can't like walk you in and just let you, like, I'll hold your hand if you fall off the cliff. I ain't gonna let you go, but you can spill something.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that are happening, I mean, some of them are confirmed, some of them are in progress, and I never like to speak too soon.
Yeah.
Until it's out there in the wild, and we just sort of, the proof is in the pudding. But yeah, I mean, one of the things that I mentioned, like World Cup soccer jerseys, is something that we'll be launching for the World Cup, and that is potentially going to be something launched there. So nice. I guess that is a bit of alpha.
There we go. All right, now we're cooking. Yeah, and that's got to be coming in the next week. Otherwise, you want people getting their jerseys.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be like a pre-order sort of redemption thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the soccer jerseys, football jerseys, everybody wants to get their hands on them. And the designs that we've cooked to them are insane. So I'm hyped for it. It's going to be great.
Nice. Yeah, man, you guys are rocking. Like Kenny said, like, you guys never went the standard path. You never launched a token earlier than you wanted to. You discovered token works along with the rest of the space. You guys, brought on Tyler to help try and figure out like how that whole narrative would tie together into Chimpers and provide value back to holders. And you guys have kind of walked your own path since you've launched, and it's pretty cool.
Mad respect, because obviously we went through a pretty rough phase in the industry as far as NFTs go, where a lot of founders just kind of went radio silent, and I can speak of that from experience. And one thing inside that I respect about you guys is y'all never shied away from it. You never let the narrative of crypto Twitter dictate what you guys were doing. You just kept plugging away at it. And, where you guys are at today is a result of that hard work, because a lot of founders just kind of dipped out, and decided to take a break or just go on hiatus during the rough times, and you guys kept building. So just huge amount of respect for that, because, you got to be built a certain way to be able to withstand that. And you guys did it. You've always been here since day one. So mad respect for that.
No, I appreciate that. It's yeah, no, it's definitely not easy. Like every founder will say the same thing, and I think the sort of perception is that, like, or expectation is that founders should only surface the positive, bullish sort of energy on the timeline and refrain from like talking about the difficulties or like the trials, tribulations, all of those things. And yeah, you see that sort of come to fruition a little bit recently with teams sort of co-collaborating and speaking about these things, trying to like figure out the best way to help push the space forward, because nobody can do it by themselves, and it's very difficult to do it by yourself. But yeah, for us, like, it's definitely not been easy. And like you said, like there's been so many different times that attention has gone elsewhere, and everyone knows the story. Like it's the space is just so volatile. It's up and down, and we're still in a tough bear now, you could say. Like, although there's definitely signs of like resurgence with mints and new projects, and there's definitely a lot more hype on the timeline, but the reality is that it's still small group, niche sort of amount of people, and it's sort of everyone's duty, especially like teams, to try and figure out ways to onboard more people and just like build greater opportunities to get involved with NFTs. So yeah, we've just tried to stay pretty steadfast and really focused on, one, growing the brand and obviously building that infrastructure, but also just making sure that like we do right by the community. Everything that we do is very much in a way to ensure that we bring value back to the community as best as we can, while protecting just the longevity of the project, and not get steered down into different directions which could impede that, which we've seen unfortunately happen in many other cases. And for us, like, that's come at the cost of perhaps us being less risk averse and not considered as degenerate as other projects. But we're now sort of at a point where we do have a really strong community, and there is a lot of respect there. So yeah, we just want to keep doing things our way, but obviously trying to bring as much value as we can to the community where possible. But yeah, it's definitely not easy, and I always appreciate the kind words. It does go a long way,
Brother,
sure.
Definitely. And one thing that I love that y'all do is you do a lot of like support for other communities, collaborations with other communities. Like you said, it's a niche, category within crypto. And I think one thing that and we've talked about this, cheese, multiple times, where it kind of used to be like collection versus collection. Oh, if you were a part of one collection, it was like you're diehard about it. And just over the past couple of years, we've started to see more of a like, support for the industry, and opposed to support for just one particular project. And you guys always on spaces, collaborating with other teams, joining founders, spaces as well. Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Like as an industry, do you feel like it's a necessity to kind of support other teams in the industry because, it's been relatively rough?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've always, there's been a key part of Chimpers, like from, back in the bear market. It's the way that we've been able to grow the community, understanding that Chimpers is a small collection, and we are in our own echo chamber, like we're in our own bubble. So getting out there, like finding opportunities for people to get involved with the ecosystem is important, and collaborating has been one of the biggest ways for us to do that, like using the card app as a way to sort of build those crossovers. And yeah, in general, just supporting others, like when there's good things happening, is great, because that's how we would like to also be treated, and like respected. Like it goes a long way, like just the kudos of other brands supporting each other, like in this small space. It's what will drive us forward. And for us, like from a project level, like like I said, always collaborating, but from a personal level too, like I just love being in the space, like literally spend every waking hour of the day, for the past 4 years, 5 years even, just trying to grow
something, right?
Yeah, and just for me, that's like getting involved in other communities where I can, like purchasing things and supporting, like my treasure trove of collectibles behind me. And yeah, I think it is definitely important, and it's something that I think has definitely come to surface a lot more recently. I think there's been a lot of efforts to try and really, like push each other and support each other for sure.
Yeah, because there was that big, they had Luca Nets had that meeting in Miami with a lot of founders, and it seemed like they were trying to find some common ground, and I think he had talked about like forming some type of a like NFT power group that would benefit the whole space. So I think, like, do you think the way that he's kind of looking at it, like normalizing digital collectibles and in whichever way you want to call it, that or NFTs, even within Congress, and doing like a Pengu ETF, like, I mean, those things are good for, I think, for the whole space, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like they have like trailblazed that path and have, like really set the bar in terms of like how brands like can help on board into the space and build a better positive sentiment for the whole industry, because like it's from a high level it is very, very much tarnished. And like you see it cross over into AI as well, and NFTs, like both sort of realms have, like the general public have a real distaste for both of them. And it's going to be a really difficult and big effort to try and change those perceptions. But the best way to do that is, just like tackling it head on, like, taking Web3 brands into the mainstream and showing that, there are many ways to engage with these brands. And, it's not just about degeneracy, it's about, IP, it's about experiences, it's about products, it's about content, all of these different things. And especially like you said, like on the legislation side, it sounds like that's only a positive if they can continue to help like set a precedent to bring greater sort of what would be sort of understanding of the space, I guess. But yeah, like in general, like it takes not just like one team to do that, it's like everyone. So unfortunately I wasn't there, like it was in Miami and it was like a week notice, so I was unable to be there. But have been in other group chats and with founders, and I think making the effort to bring people together is always a good thing, because there's a lot of people who want to like see the space like get pushed forwards and are here for the right reasons. And yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Kyle, you came back up. I know he's at work, so he's screwed. You have any last minute questions, anything before we shut down for insight?
No, I'm just always rooting for you guys, for real. I think Chimpers is a really fucking awesome IP and a great team that just keeps and you guys just keep fucking rolling it out, man. You guys are always building and always delivering. Doesn't matter what the weather is, doesn't matter what the temperature is in the NFT space. You guys just keep it cracking. So big fan, man. Just keep killing it.
Nice. I agree.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cool. Well, guys, make sure you get over and get your mystery box or anything else you want. Fridge magnets, mugs, they got it all. Sticker packs and kitchen towels. Chimpify your house. But I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Make sure you follow an Insight Chimpers. If you're not, I think Moonhigh might have a question. Moonhigh, we better.
They got Chimpers drawers.
No.
I just had a great idea, dude. You guys could do Chimpers sheath underwear, where the sheath is like a banana. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll workshop that.
Yeah, we'll have to workshop that. Yeah,
We'll workshop that.
Yeah. Mankini. Is that what you needing, Kyle?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, Moon I was trying to come up, but either way, Insight, bro, I appreciate you taking some time to come talk with us, share everything that's been happening over with Chimpers. And, stage is always open to you guys. You know that. So we appreciate it. We have to get your brother on here sometime.
Definitely.
Never had
I feel like Insight keeps Timbers in the basement. You know what I'm saying?
I
Just
know.
like plugging away. Just really doesn't let him out very often.
Yeah, no, it's true. He's locked in the dojo, but no, we do have a weekly Friday stream.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he's there, Joey's there. We get a few of sometimes the Chimp community members up. So yeah, every Friday we have a live stream where we just dive into the week and just chat really about literally anything. So do stay tuned for those as well.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. All right, cool. Moon High, we're going to try one more time, bro, but your broken-ass Solana phone, I don't know if we can get you up here. Moon High, can you hear us?
Yo, what's up? How's it going?
Good. You have a question for Insight or something you want to say?
Yeah, do have a question. And, it's kind of, I don't know, I just want to know what is your end game here? I mean, what is your or not end game, but
is that?
hold on. Let me finish.
Oh,
what is your when will you feel like are at the point of success? Where would you like to see Chimpers?
Yeah, no, good question. I think from the very start, we've never been fulfilled with, there's always more work to be done, and it's just like a compounding step-by-step process for us where we transitioned from just purely NFT to finding our North Star where we can grow the brand and bring more substance to the whole ecosystem at large, and building the relationships, partnerships, the team to help us take that to the next level. And that's obviously been 3-4 years of real hard effort to build, and at the same time cementing ourselves in Web3 as not just a mid-cap collection that launched in 2022 and had some hype, but one that has helped push the space forwards and define what makes a real strong community, and for us as a team to really demonstrate we're committed to bringing value to them by building systems that support the NFTs, whether that's the Dojo Treasury, Chimpster token, the Collector Hub, all of these different things that have been launched recently that have helped us get there. But yeah, I mean, long term for us, it's seeing Chimpers grow into a brand that already does have millions of followers, but is one that is renowned and is considered one of the strongest character brands. And when people think chimps or monkey, they think Chimpers. I think that is ultimately the main goal, and of course at the same time growing out the world of Chimpers because it's so vast. All of the NFT characters, the Genesis Chimpers, the whole world, which right now is very niche. I think the goal for us is to have that be at the forefront, and over time sort of grow beyond just the NFTs into more formats where that can be showcased as well. So yeah, I think the goal is, of course, to be one of the most sought after NFTs, like one of the most renowned and respected NFTs, one that is pushing the space forwards. But ultimately, all NFTs in the space also need to be growing beyond the bubble for any substance or real opportunity to grow the brand beyond just a small circumference of hundreds, thousands of people. And for us, that has obviously been top of mind. And as I said, seeing Chimpers grow into a brand that is in 5 years time, in all of the sorts. So I'd say that that's really the main goal. And we sort of definitely made a lot of strong strides in that sort of journey so far.
Yeah, no, you have. Go ahead, Moonon.
I mean, it's Chimpers definitely. I feel like gaining traction. I mean, we've seen it with Doodles and McDonald's collab, which I thought was massive. I mean, I went to get a cup just so I had a cup, but it's still difficult out there. There's so much competition with IPs and stuff. It's like, you get lucky. I mean, right? Look, what was that? Labua, or whatever. I mean, they've been what, 10 years? They were grinding for 10 years and they just became popular. So keep going and keep don't stop, because you'll eventually hit that fucking gold or diamond or whatever you need.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's it's definitely not easy. I think one of the greatest strengths of Chimpers and the brands in this space is just the fact that being digital native allows us to do things differently on the brand side. And people have said before, IPs now, in the general mainstream, they are sort of competitive, but they're also not abundant in terms of a lot of the legacy brands are just doing the same stuff. And there's although it is competitive, there's still that space for people to enter into. And like you said, for us, it's just continually growing the brand and the touch points. And it's not a long process. It's not an overnight thing. So for us, it's just making sure that we have the right people to help us do that. And I think for us that has been something that we've been working on to really help take it to the next level as well. So as you said, it's a game of consistency. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, it is. And only the ones that show up every day are going to get it. And you guys do. You said that. I'm locked in. I'm online 14, 15 hours a day. I'm sure you're probably on, if not 18 plus. So, shout out to you guys for everything that you're doing for your community, for the space. Because whether you hold a Chimper or not, brands like this that are, pushing their IP are pushing all NFTs in a way. You just got to hope your founders are putting in even a quarter of the work that Insight and the rest of the team are doing. So, Insight, bro, we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate all the guests that spoken, that has attended today. We definitely caught up and learned a lot. So I appreciate you coming in, man. All right, Kenny, Kyle, do you guys have anything else? Tomorrow we are going to have Simple Farmer in and talking about the Pup Cup, because those NFTs are revealing, I think, later on today. So, but other than that, I think we're done.
Looking forward to it. Nah, I got nothing that we can't talk about tomorrow. We can see how the Beats price action post reveal ended up tomorrow.
Yep.
And talk about some other stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks again, Insight. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Insight. Have a good one, man.
Sweep the NPCs.